February 17th, 2019. Editstock.com. I just heard your interview on Shopify Masters and couldn't believe my ears. This is an email from me to them. I've been looking for a way to market our many terabytes of 2D, 4K, and 360 3D footage of lions, tigers, leopards, bobcats, jaguars, servals, caracals, and hybrid cats. I've been stockpiling them on AWS S3 for that purpose because I have to believe that there is a great interest in this sort of content. I have two Shopify stores, BigCatRescue.biz and CatRescue.biz, and I felt like that would be a good way to disperse the footage, but the last thing I need is another business to run. When I heard that you already have been doing this for the past 4 years, and that you already worked out all of the issues, like previewing footage before buying it and creating better distribution than the free downloads app that I use for PDFs, and that you need footage where there is no cursing, violence, or inappropriate content, I knew we had to talk. I pay 2 full-time people and 1 part-time to create 3 to 4 finished videos each week. We have 2.3 million Facebook fans and over 800,000 YouTube subscribers as a result of their effort. Our vision is a world where all wild cats live free. We produce the videos in 2D 4K and 360 with 3D with the underlying mission of engaging people with big cats in ways that ultimately won't require them being held hostage in cages. We press forward on video, VR, and AR tech because we want people to be so enthralled with seeing the cats in a more humane way that we can create demand for remote camera footage instead of viewing them in zoos. Next month, we are opening the first AR zoo in the United States, and you can see more about that at arzoo.me, but that's another story. So I'm wondering what sort of partnership with you might help us get the footage, both our finished pieces and unedited, are available into the hands of editors. For the cats, Carole Baskin. We got our first Bitcoin donation. Jamie sent me this photo of someone else missing the corner and running into the concrete poles the utility company set around their box to protect it. They did that after countless times of cars running into their utilities. They hadn't even repaired the concrete pilings from the last smash-up, and the police tape was still on the scene when someone else ran into it last night. Most cars beach themselves on the storm drain at the end of our driveway because it's such a steep drop-off. We have to put up telephone poles and huge reflective signs. The county has too, but the people in our neighborhood are just a bunch of hotheads that drive like idiots. Today we got our first Bitcoin donation via BitPay. We've had the option on our donate page since the beginning of BitPay, but this is the first time anyone has used it. A person had called a week or so ago saying the widget on our site didn't work, so that led me to troubleshoot it and fix it. So I guess they were serious. It's only €10, but I'm still happy. Conservation, which is what we thought was going to be the name of the film. Mike Weber filmed Jeff Kramer today using Howie's messy office as the backdrop. He showed us some of the scenes he's edited, and I'm very impressed with his storytelling ability and the footage he's been able to acquire that will show Jack Hanna and most of the other talk show animal pimps for who they are. It really damns the Columbus Zoo as Susie Rapp sits on the floor of a talk show wrangling a tiger cub named Gus, while Jack goes on and on and on about it being an AZA SSP tiger. And then it cuts to the next scene showing Grant Kimmerer using the cub at an illegal party in New York where the guests are hitting it and dragging the cub around. The bad news is that we need that film now, but Mike says it will be late May before there will even be something to show people. And this was in 2019, and it came out when? 2021? Yeah. At any rate, Mike's explained that you have to build momentum through showing broad acceptance of the film in the theaters, and then winning awards, and then having cable pick it up before a CNN will run it. A film like this would have about a 3-year lifespan for earning, but it looks like it could be a year or more before it could get in front of the people who need to see it. Mike ran an ending by us last night that I think works. In scene 1, Tim is running around to all of the celebrities and zoos who have been using cubs for fame and advertising to find out where the cubs ended up. Everyone tells him they don't know. In scene 2, Tim finds some of the cats in deplorable backyard menageries and in the hands of people who continue to pimp them out and breed them for more cubs to use. He goes to Congress to ask for the Big Cat Public Safety Act, but Jack and company have star power, and he's getting nowhere. As scene 2 closes, Tim is dejected, talking about how he used to take animal ambassadors to events, but when he saw the light and stopped, he lost everything, but kept his soul. He's trying to stay positive, but all appears to be lost. Scene 3, he hears about Joe Exotic trying to kill me, and he calls to ask if I'm Jane Doe. This becomes the Mighty Protector's pivotal moment where he pulls out all the stops and begins to prove the complicity of the Columbus Zoo, ZAA, and Jack Hanna. Mike describes the next acts as drinking from a fire hose as they pull together all of the documentation, photos, and video clips to prove their case. The final scene has yet to play out. Mike is hoping that it is with the passing of the bill. That would be great, but the purpose of the film is to get the bill passed. Perhaps it can do both. If we can get a version done for showing Congress and get all of the big groups like HSUS and PETA, IFAW, Born Free, AWI, and World Wildlife Fund to call upon their members to have private screenings all over the country and thus drive calls and letters to Congress. I just keep reminding myself of what Wayne Pacelli said to me all those years ago. You can accomplish anything if you don't care who gets credit for it. If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at BigCatRescue.org/Carole.Baskin.